Hello, Darkmoon Doll here. Just I decided to do a Freeform Dreadlock talk, an evening video. I got this comment on one of my videos, recent videos, where I talk about how I've been moisturizing my Freeform Dreadlocks with water. A lot of times I've been washing or rinsing them, not washing them with water, but not conditioning them, moisturizing them with water. Sorry, it's been a long day. And it is New Year's Day, so Happy New Year's. But what the comment was asking was, am I going to do the big chop? When am I going to do the big chop? Kind of like that. Not, this is not verbatim what the comment said, but basically asking me if I was going to do a big chop, and that this person was thinking about doing the same thing. First of all, I've done a big chop before twice, and that was back in the 90s, early 90s to mid 90s. Back in the early 90s, I decided to stop putting chemicals on my hair. I was doing a relaxer at that point, and I stopped. It was like the early 90s. And then I decided to just shave all the damaged hair off and start all over again. So I had a TWA growing in. And then I just let my hair, eventually just let it dread up. And that was my first set of dreads. I didn't separate them. In my first set of dreads, it started off with 2-strand twists. I didn't separate them or anything. So they started to do the same things that my dreads are doing now. They started connecting together because I wasn't separating them. See, they connect together, a lot of them, especially in the front. And when they were shorter, when most of them were shorter in length, I would get a lot of negative comments, or people yelling at the car, calling me Medusa, or just people saying you should get your hair twisted at the roots and all this bullshit. So I felt embowed to all of this peer pressure and did a second chop and cut my hair off, and that was I cut my locks off and had someone shave it off, shave all the rest of my hair off, and it was a close cropped shave, and I just couldn't deal with having freeform dreadlocks in general at the time. I didn't know that was a thing, that there was a name for it, for letting your hair do what it wants to do, regardless of if people accept it or not. So those were the 2 times that I did the big chop. This is my second set of dreads. I've had this set of dreads for over 21 years, and my hair is healthy. So why would I do a big chop? I mean, a lot of people are so into, like, I'm not saying this is what this person's into, and I don't claim to know what this person's all about, the person that left this comment. So I'm not dogging on anybody like that. I'm just saying that what's your purpose for chopping all your locks off? I don't feel like just because it's New Year's, a new year, that I need to start off fresh, and that means my hair. It didn't mean that last year, and it doesn't mean that this year or the years before that. You know, I've had my dreadlocks, like I said, for over 21 years. Why would I want to chop all of them off? Some people do, but I choose not to, because for me, it's a spiritual path for me. My ancestry dictates that too. I mean, if you look back to Native American beliefs, they believe that there's a lot of strength and power within the hair, and the length of the hair indicates the wisdom. And I'm not saying this is verbatim, this is absolute truth. I'm just saying this is what I feel and believe for my spiritual journey with my freeform dreadlocks. Why would I want to chop all of my hair off after it took all this time for them to grow in? I mean, why would I want to do that? Oh, don't worry, nobody saw you. I can pause it. Let me pause it, I'll be right back. So anyway, nobody wanted to get into the film. But yeah, I love my hair, and I don't understand why you would think that or anybody would think that I'd want to chop my hair off. In every video that I have, I don't complain about my hair. The only thing that I talk about is this one dread that just hangs like this. And there's an easy solution for that. Where's my hat? I have many hats. I just put a hat on. and flip that one dread up, and there, it's taken care of. I'm good to go. I love my hair, and it's been the healthiest it's ever been. You know, I stopped using chemicals on my hair. I haven't dyed my hair in ages, many, many years, with commercial hair dyes. Any color that you see on my hair these days is just from the natural dyeing from the herbs that I use in my hair rinses. I mean, that naturally gives it maybe a little bit of a red tinge, or from being out in the sun, you know. So I can see myself wanting to cut my dreads off, chop all my dreads off. It seems to be a trend, because I was seeing that in a lot of these YouTube videos. When you look at popular stuff, hairstyles and shit that pops up as far as suggested watching, viewing, you see, I've been seeing a lot of this. I cut off my dreads that I've had for 15 years. I could just cut off, and then they show these long ass fucking dreads, and they're like, you know, I feel so much more free. You know, that's cool. I'm not here to dog out people that feel that way after they cut off their dreads that they've had for years or months or whatever. Everybody is on this Freeform dreadlock journey, or the dreadlock journey, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're on, for different reasons. So I'm here doing this, having my hair form the way it wants to form, not out of some sort of fashion statement. And I never have. That was never my intention. My intention with letting my hair dread the way it wants to was to really get to know what my hair is all about, and really get to love my hair for what it's about. Because when I was a kid, all I would see as far as the commercials was commercials on how to alter my natural hair and make my hair look more like a white European person's hair, straight hair. And then it made me have a hatred towards my hair for many years when I was young. And when I decided to go on a natural hair care journey, it was just that, to love my hair naturally the way that it is, and not to try to make it look like anything other than what it is. So why would I want to chop off my hair after growing it over 21 years and, you know, really loving the fact that it's getting healthy and it's not falling out anymore? Why would I want to chop all my hair off if everything's going well? So we'll show you the rest of my hair in the back. It's in different layers, and I think that's what it is. Why people say, do you want to just, why someone would say, do you want to just chop it off and start all over again? It's not uniform. It's not like, my hair is not like regular salon locks, perfectly formed. Every single one is the same size. It's not. Some are long and thick, some are short and thick, some are thin. And I like that. And that's what I like about the Freeform dreadlock journey. It's a journey for me about letting your hair form freely. And that's something that seems like people can't understand about when I say these things about my journey. It's not about trying to make my hair into the most cutest hairstyle, you know, or trying to make my hair look perfect in society's eyes. It just isn't. So here's the side of my hair here. See, it's growing how it wants to grow. It's not growing how I'm trying to prod and poke it to grow. It's growing how it wants to grow. See the back? The back is many different layers, many different shapes and sizes of dreads. So I'm not tripping, guys, on thinking about I need to start all over again. Why would I fucking start all over again if I've been doing this for over 21 years and my hair looks fine? That's what I'm saying. If what's you're doing is working for you, why why do that? You know, some people think that there's another thing too. Some people think that people that are older, like especially older women, shouldn't have long hair, and that's ridiculously stupid. I saw this post on Facebook of a friend of mine that I'd known for years, and I think she's like in her 80s now, and her hair is really long. It's like down to her waist, and it's all gray, and it's beautiful, and it looks healthy, and there's people, family members of her, wanting her to cut her hair off, and I think that's stupid. Why do you need to cut your hair off? You gotta look a certain way once you're a certain age? I think not for me. And I think not for those who don't want to look that way. Not everybody wants to cut their hair off and have it short. I mean, some people say, well, when you get older, you might want your hair shorter because it'll be easier to take care of. My hair is easy to take care of right now. There's not much that I have to do to my hair to keep it healthy. You know, once I start doing so much shit to it, then it started growing. Go figure. Once I start putting all this crap on my head, my scalp, it could breathe and it could grow. Once I started like eating more fruits and vegetables, drinking more water, you know, getting outside in the air, breathing in air, and getting sunshine on my skin, on my hair, on my scalp, it started growing healthier. You know, healthier choices, healthier hair, healthier scalp, healthy. So I wouldn't want to chop off my hair. I'm not. That's not what I'm going to do. Some people do those kind of videos so they can get a lot of views, and those kind of videos do get a lot of views. My videos don't get nearly as many views as most of the Dreadlock videos because I'm not doing anything extreme. And that's not the purpose of my Freeform Dreadlock journey, is to be extreme. The purpose of my Freeform Dreadlock journey is, like I said, to get to know my natural hair and get to love my natural hair for what it is and what it does. And I love it. And I would not want to cut it or chop it off. When you say chop it off, big chop, that sounds horrible to me. Why would I chop off something that's healthy? And everything on my head is healthy right now. You know, letting it form naturally and not fussing with it all the time. That's why I wear a hat. During the winters, I wear a hat. Or during the summers, I'll wear some sort of scarf to put my hair up. Or I'll just do this thing. When I don't want to wear a hat if it's too hot on my head, I just do this so my hair is not in the way. Ta-da. Like a loose updo there. And I don't care if it's not perfect. And then if I don't want my hair, because sometimes if I let my hair that's in the back hang down, it'll somehow come over here. And if I'm doing something messy, I don't want my hair to dangle in. So I'll just put it in a scrunchie or whatever. So, but yeah, that's why I leave it alone. The more you leave your hair alone, the more it'll grow in healthy. I'm not into like making some big statement by cutting all my locks off. When I did cut my locks off that one time with my first set of locks, it was because I wasn't happy with myself. I didn't like the way my hair looked because I didn't like me. That's what it was. I didn't like who I was. And that's why I cut those locks off. They were beautiful, those first set, but I couldn't see the beauty in them because I was looking at what I thought my hair should look like compared to somebody else's hair in some black hair care magazine, where most of the hair care magazine was about weaves and extension hair and like have a little tiny section in the middle for natural hair care like dreadlocks and like whatever natural hair that doesn't have anything to do with weaves or braided extensions. I'm not dogging people that have these things, wigs, weaves, braided extensions, but that's not my journey. It's not my spiritual hair journey. My spiritual hair journey involves this, letting my dreads do what my dreads want to do. You know, the way my hair is would probably drive some people crazy. It would, you know, especially this right here, how this one is hanging on to that one. That's what it wants to do. So I just leave it alone and let it do that. I think people are impatient, and when things don't turn out perfectly, then they want to remedy the situation right away. Sometimes chopping all your hair off seems like it solves the problem. The very first time that I shaved my head, I felt like it was the right thing to do, because I talked about this in a past video where I got braided extensions and I went to go sleep on it and I couldn't sleep because it was so fucking tight. It's like fake ass hair incorporated into my own hair, braided really tightly, you know. And so in the middle of the night, I cut out, I had to cut the extensions out of my hair, and then I had these patches all over, and my sister shaved that hair off for me, and I was starting all over fresh. That in itself it made the most sense to me as far as shaving my head, because yeah, it was an emergency situation for me. Right now, as it is, I'm not gonna be shaving my head anytime soon. I'm not. You know, if I do, then you have to question my sanity, really. Because I like my hair. And I hope you like your freeform dreadlock journey too. I think a lot of people that come onto this channel, they may not have freeform dreadlocks. They may have just regular, manicured salon locks. And that's not what my hair is. So they don't understand why I could accept and find my hair the way it is right now to be beautiful, because they're used to having everything uniform and formed perfectly. I'm not really concerned about that. My hair is going to grow in the rate that it grows, and each section of my hair is going to grow in the rate that it wants to grow. The only thing I do is help it along the way by, like I've said, drinking lots of water, eating as much fruits and vegetables as I can, and also too trying to control my stress level during the day. So all these things can wreak havoc on your hair and your scalp. So keep those things in mind. And I'm not here to tell anybody not to chop off their dreadlocks. That's not my deal. You got all these you have had these dreads for a long time, and then you decided to cut them off. And I'm not here to say, no, don't cut off your dreads. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. It's your it's your hair journey. Do what you want to do with it. But I myself am happy with my dreads. And I don't feel like I need to do what I feel like would be an extreme thing, like chopping off my dreads. Yeah, it's a new year. That doesn't mean I need to chop off my dreadlocks. It's a new year of appreciating the hair on my head. These are freeform dreadlocks, and yes, I do like the word dreadlock, and I like the history behind it, and why I continue to call my hair, my freeforms, call them dreadlocks. People do dread seeing me when I come outside and have my dreads out. Not so much, I don't care so much with my hair if it's put up, but if it's out more so, even just like that, people still give me some mad mugging looks, you know what I'm saying? And it's ridiculous. And I don't give a shit anymore. I think a lot of people do that big chop too, and I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people do this whole big chop thing because they get a lot of pressure from friends and family, and even maybe a spouse or a boyfriend or girlfriend is giving you grief about your dreadlocks, especially if you have freeform dreadlocks and they're not formed perfectly like they think that your dreadlocks should be formed. I like this journey and I'm enjoying it, so I wouldn't find any need to chop off my dreadlocks. End of story. So thank you for joining me this evening for Freeform Dreadlock Talk, talking about, am I going to do the big chop? The answer is no. And it'll continue to be no, because I like my hair. I like what it symbolizes to me. It symbolizes to me perseverance, patience, wisdom. You know what I mean? That's what it symbolizes to me. Not everybody has that, I don't know, nobody's on that same path is all I have to say about that. So yeah, thank you for joining me today. Brightest blessings to you all. And if you're on the Freeform Dreadlock journey, take it how you want it. Take it how you want to take it. Just do things instinctively. And if you're wanting to do a big chop, I'm not here to stop you. It's an individual adult making decision. You know, and you can do what you want to do. But I just feel like the whole big chop thing is trendy right now. And not just now, but has been trendy for a while. You know, look, she grew her dreads all the way down to her ass, and now she's gonna chop them off to where she has a tiny little fro. You know what I mean? It was almost like to prove to yourself that you could grow your hair that long, and now that you did it, you can just chop it all off. I'm just really spiritual in my beliefs about my hair, and I'm not interested in chopping all my hair off. If my friend isn't going through chemo and losing their hair, I'm not into doing that, shaving my head off so that they would feel comfortable. I'm not into that. I'm not. I don't feel like I need to show support by doing that, and I'm not donating my hair to anybody. You know, and I'm very I wouldn't say superstitious, very spiritual about hair and donating it. I would not donate my hair to anybody. My hair has energy, my energy on it, and I'm not donating it to anybody. And some people say, oh, when your hair falls off, then it's just dead. It's dead anyway, so what does it matter? I don't feel that way. I feel that hair does have energy on it, residual energy left over from whoever's head it came from. So that's my viewpoint on it. If you don't agree with that, that's cool. You don't. But I've been there, done that with that whole big chop thing back in the 90s. So I've been there, done that. And I did it for reasons that I felt were made sense to me at the time. You know? I'm not fed up with my hair. I'm not feeling like I'm bored with my hair. I'm not feeling like I don't like it or I don't feel like it looks ugly. I feel like it looks beautiful. So I feel like these are all reasons why not to cut my hair or do a pig chop. I'm done with that shit. Been there, done that. So thanks for joining me, guys. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'll leave links in the description below when I get a chance to edit the description. You can feel free to check me out on Patreon under the name Dark Moon Doll. Yeah, just keep it simple. And if you want to do a big chop, you're going to do a big chop. Don't let me influence you. I'm not a hair guru. I'm not a freeform dreadlock guru. And that's probably why I don't have, like, you know, thousands of views on every single video. Because I never tell you what to do. I show you what works for me, and if you want to try it, then that's cool. And share what happened and what you do. But I'm not here to proselytize and tell people everybody should just let their freeform dreads be and don't cut your dreads ever. I'm not like that. I think that there's so many people in this world, so many different personalities, so many different spiritual life paths, that your spiritual life path may not be to have dreadlocks. It may be to experience them for a little bit and then move on. I don't know. But that's not my journey. So, thanks for joining me, guys. Brightest blessings to you all, and I'll see you soon.